My name is Monroe, and my first stop today is Tricky's Pop Culture Imperium, and I'm interviewing Miss Tricky herself. What factors influence the value of a collectible?
It's information I need and use every single day. And the factors that influence are two things. That would be, basically, it's how everything, supply and demand. Now, some collectibles they make millions of that are very, very easy to find, and so the price is not so high, no matter how much you do. And some things are very, very popular and is very, very scarce, making the price go way up. And those are the ones that go up in price. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean an age makes something valuable if it's old. That doesn't necessarily make anything valuable. It's got to be the demand for that item. There might be one in a million, but if nobody knows what it is and nobody wants it, it really isn't worth anything. So the most important factors are basically the demand, what people want, and the supply, just how many are out.
What collectibles are you personally passionate about?
I guess I'm personally passionate about, I love audio cassettes, and I collect all sorts of audio cassettes. When I was a kid, I used to listen to radio shows on cassette, and so they were actually on the radio, and so I would tape them off the radio. And so now when I'm grown up, I love to collect cassettes of old shows and War of the Worlds, things like that, that are on cassette. I love to collect them on cassette. I love to listen to them on cassette. Me and cassettes were one of the good friends back in the 70s and 80s.
What do you do to build a sense of community in your shop?
Well, that's a good question. The thing I like to build is there were stores like this when I was growing up, and they always had, every single one of them I went to, they had crazy prices, and I never liked that, of course, because I couldn't afford anything. So in my store, I like to make sure that there's lots of things that people can afford. And that means I start at, say, like 25 cents. The cheapest thing I have in the store is 35 cents. And that's for, like, say, a Hot Wheel car. Mm-hmm. And so I have something for every price range. You can come in here with $1 and leave with a bunch of stuff. So that is what I like to build with community. I don't like to leave anyone out. Whatever you've got, I have high-end collectibles if you want to surprise someone. And then I have very budget-friendly things for just about it. So that's how I like to do things.
How would you help someone who is new to collecting?
New to collecting. Well, that would be fairly easy. It's basically, the reason I collected those cassettes is because I just love, and so it's basically, people like to collect what they love. So you gotta ask yourself, what's my favorite TV show? What's my favorite kind of music? What kind of movies do I like? These are all the, most things that are pop culture are turned into the kinds of TV shows, and so on and so forth. Basically, whatever makes them happy, is what I like to look for. It doesn't have to be useful or helpful or anything like that. Just something that makes you happy. And finding and buying the collectible is as enjoyable as displaying it or playing it or putting it in the book. It's just whatever floats your boat.
What fictional character would you want to hire to work here, and which would you absolutely not?
Okay, now this is a deep dive. I'm going to have to go deep dive. The people listening, watching this show, will not know who I'm talking about, but it was a big part of my youth. Let me see, how old was I? I was before high school. So I would like to hire Sonny Crockett from Miami Vice to work with me, because he's very, very easy to look at. And then who I would not like is his boss. That would be Lieutenant Castillo, paid by Edward James Olmos. He is the meanest, just the meanest boss you'd ever want to see. He is no fun to be around. He won't even look at you in the eye. I tell you, this guy.
What's one comic series everyone should read?
Well, that is a very good question.
No, you're like right.
And rather than tell you what comic book series, I'll give you one comic book author. And his name is Alan Moore. And Alan Moore is, in my opinion, the greatest author of comics. Now, basically everything he's done has been monumentally important in the world of comics. So I will give you some titles that he has written that are absolutely the most, to me, interesting comics that have ever been written. And that we would start with, say, Miracle Man, which is a comic he did back in England. He also did V for Vendetta. That was a movie, but the comic book is better. They always say that. But he did V for Vendetta. He did Watchmen, which is kind of famous. Everyone's heard of the Watchmen. They've made movies and cartoons about that, I tell you. They're still doing it. And he also did Swamp Thing.
Oh, I love
the Swamp Thing with a character named John Constantine.
I love John Constantine.
John Constantine. He invented John Constantine. And so just about anything by... he also did From Hell, which is also turned into space. He also did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which is also turned into... So yes, he is. He's quite the interesting author. He's even written some just books that are awesome. So anything by Alan would be a recommendation.
How long have you owned your store?
A fine question. That's an excellent question. Let me see. I started the store in 2007. So we're coming up on my 19th year. I will be 19 years in November. So we're coming around. We're coming around to that 20-year mark. And my first goal when I started was to make it 1 year. I just wanted to make it 1 year, And now it's been 19 years, so still going right along, bigger, better than ever. So until something else comes around, I guess I'll still be here.
My second stop is Atomic Comics. They have a lot more than just comic books. They also have plenty of collectibles, action figures, lanyards, cups, all sorts of different things, and it's really cool to be in there. Honestly, I would 100% recommend it to anybody who is just getting into comic books. They have old stuff, new stuff, anything you can think of, they most likely have it. And the people there are super nice too. Everything's well organized too. You'll be able to find whatever you're looking for there. Here are some more clips of the types of things they have at the store. My final stop today is Comics The Gathering. Not only do they have comic books and collectibles, they also have a Magic the Gathering area in the store. And when I went to visit, I wasn't allowed to get any footage, but when I went to visit, they were having a whole session of just people playing Magic the Gathering. It was really cool and interesting. Me personally, I've never played Magic the Gathering, but honestly, I might have to give it a try after seeing what I saw. And they still do have plenty of comic books and collectibles and all sorts of different things that you can think of. It's really cool there, and it's really big, so you can most likely find what you're looking for there. 10 out of 10 would recommend, and the people are super nice as well. And here are some more clips from Comics The Gathering. As you can see, there are plenty of things that are here you could be interested in.